Ready for some Titanfall Thursdays. I know that doesn't really ring off the tongue as well as I wanted it to, but Double T and Titanfall 2 for that matter. I've got a special guest with me here to play through, and Stoll, are you around?
I am. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Got a new playthrough here, new game, Titanfall 2. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Yeah.
Always started off on a cinematic. War.
Okay.
What is it good for?
All the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier.
Okay, yeah.
The pilot is the true dominant force.
Look at him, just one-man army.
Fast and agile.
I was gonna say, like,
graceful.
Has this guy got superpowers?
Yet devastating.
He's got the superpower of will, mate.
Resourceful. And relentless. A pilot sees the world differently.
And this is a test facility.
I'm very, very excited for you to see the story. So.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like a real battleground.
Pilots fight differently.
And just the other sort of things that were popping up as well.
Experienced in deception and maneuver. Even overwhelming odds shift in their favor. But what truly separates the pilot from all the machines of the battlefield is the bond between a pilot and a Titan.
And it's Titan. There it is.
Okay. Mech Warrior? Alright.
Yeah. Shout out to the Microsoft 95 Mech Warrior vibes, eh? Also, Armored Core. I want to give a shout out to old school game Armored Core.
What a fantastic game. That was so much fun.
When linked to a Titan, a pilot can only be stopped by
would be remiss if we didn't mention Tekkaman Blade.
Yeah, it's got those sort of vibes going too. Ooh.
Yeah.
The
right
frontier
there.
has been the only home I've ever known. For years,
Frontier, eh?
Our lands have been destroyed by the IMC.
Now they're not.
Forcefully taking our resources, polluting and destroying our planets, and killing us off if we try to resist.
So much going on.
Yeah.
Despite recent victories at Demeter and beyond, we have a long way to go before the IMC is defeated. Now, I serve as a rifleman in the Militia, fighting to free the frontier.
Just a lonely old rifleman, mate. Just a humble pawn in this whole big war.
But when that day comes, I hope I can live up to the honor.
Bang.
Alright, he sounds like a man with something to prove, right?
Yeah, so... mate. Now, we're both very big sci-fi fans, and I think, personally, why I really wanted you to experience this with me is it's one of the most underrated, in my opinion, stories and first-person shooters. So, Cooper's logbook, he's a part of the 9th Militia Fleet, and they're en route to attack an IMC-controlled planet called Typhon.
What's an IMC?
Now, this is what I want to get in. Now, you notice we're playing Titanfall 2, not Titanfall 1. Now, the big thing about that is Titanfall 1...
Go, Cooper.
Captain Lastimosa's.
Oh, hell. Ship must have power cycled the sim pod since last time. We'll have to recalibrate it.
Standard, just press any button. Okay, look at the lights. One light. Two lights.
Does that feel right to you, Cooper?
Yeah, that's how you get your controls.
Right, we're good to go. Let's see how
Turbo Shack. Welcome back, Turbo Shack. No campaign in one. Yeah, mate, that's what we're about to touch on.
But it's similar.
Welcome aboard Turbo Shack. Good to see you again, mate.
To learn new skills, we need to be in the right state of mind.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still like training zone?
Yeah, this is
Not supposed to be training you, but in you I
virtual reality, a VR training, if you will. So, Turbo Shack really just said it there. The original Titanfall was a multiplayer shooter only, and it was an Xbox exclusive, so it could only be played on Xbox or PC, which is a shame because a lot of people missed out on this. Now, Titanfall 2 actually released, they listened to their fans and they pretty much said, oh, you want a campaign? We'll give you a campaign. Now, how are they going to put a campaign in number 2 when there wasn't in number 1? I hear you ask, Stoll?
Inspired by my home
planet. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, it's... The crazy thing is...
I wasn't just caught up in this crazy alien world. No, not at all.
Yeah, that's one thing that should be pointed out, is it's a bloody beautiful game. If this came out on early PS4, and the fact that it still holds up is crazy. It'll slide. So, the original Titanfall 1 had a campaign within its multiplayer, so you played multiplayer, like Battlefield type scenarios, and you got to learn a story. Now, he just mentioned Lastimosa there. More people joined to fight the IMC. TurboShack, I was going to buy an Xbox just for Titanfall 1 until I found out there was no campaign. Yes, that's why it kind of bombed in the ratings. So the IMC, and this is where this game, it has such a big hole, because if everyone knew the story, it's so engaging.
Things never go as you expect.
Ooh, a bit of weaponry. So you've heard a lot of guys talk about the frontier and the IMC. Yeah, and the age-old story, right? It's all about, you know, the lonely homegrown militia fighting the big bad corporates, the big war, the dark side, if you will, the resistance, and that's essentially what it is. Now, the story of Titanfall 1 was Hammond Robotics, which you'll see their logo come up a lot. Am I going the right way?
Mm-hmm.
They developed intergalactic travel and wanted to, you know, conquer the frontier. Now, where they went out there, they found planets, and they found other people out in these planets, other species, mainly human. And essentially...
So this is kind of like... May I ask a question?
Yeah,
so
go,
this is sort of like a corporate-fueled expansion into space, similar to like, you know, Alien with, what's it called? Wayne Corp or whatever it is?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what it's called in Alien, I can't remember. But essentially, you're spot on. That's exactly it. Now, what they did is when they got out there, they realized there wasn't much for them, and it was a waste of their time. Now, the people that lived out there, the civilians of the frontier in these planets, got a hold of their technology, made it their own, and started developing their own life. Till 20 years later, the IMC is now the newly reformed Hammond Robotics. They start traveling out there going, oh, hang on, look what you guys have done with our tech. We want all this. And then the frontier is obviously like, well, no, you just landed on our planet and then left. And it's up to it. We built all this. And essentially the IMC's come to just fight them.
So wait, what sort of a time frame are we talking about there?
20 years. 20 years
20
later.
Years.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do they claim to have?
They claim that your whole, I guess, civilization, and cities and lifestyle is because we originally came and we dropped and left some of our tech here for you. So you wouldn't be who you are, you'd just be little space farmers. But now you've got these growing civilizations, like, really...
So what are they? Are they like the Sheriff of Nottingham coming to ask for taxes? Or do they want to
they're coming to take over.
Everything?
Yep, they're coming to take over,
okay.
Whether you want it or not. And they're like, this is our original property and our original technology.
Nice run. See the results board
and
on the wall?
Obviously, all the frontier systems, all the planets band together to fight the big IMC, and that's essentially who you are. You're these boys, the pilots and the riflemen, and you're going against the big IMC. That's why you'll hear it being referenced a lot, and it's one thing I don't think this game does really well is reference back that original story. I just gave you a very abbreviated version, and I'll touch on a little bit more in depth more, but it's just, in terms of a sci-fi story, it's up there for me with Star Wars, with, you've mentioned The Expanse, which I haven't watched yet, but yeah,
very good series.
Exactly. Oh, nice.
Markimo.
Welcome
aboard.
Ooh, this is the best thing, right? Okay, I'm ready to see what's next. Hang on, I'm ready to see what's next. As a first-person shooter, you can, like, interact with it. Oh, it's so fun.
Time you learn the other half of being a pilot. The Titan.
Here we go, the other half, the Titan. This is the big mummies and daddies why we're here. Played the game recently and didn't know that. Ah, Shaq. Aren't pilots the only ones who are allowed to do that?
Aren't pilots the only ones allowed to do that?
It's only a simulation, Rifleman. It's not the real thing. But first, we're gonna need a little more space.
Just beautiful.
That's my partner, BT. is a Vanguard class. Homegrown militia technology. First Titan chassis
different classes.
designed ourselves. One we didn't have to steal from the IMC. Go ahead, Rifleman. Go on your first Titan.
Cool, my Titan did. Press down over here. Boof.
There he is.
Check him in blade. Windblade summons the power of the crystal.
Alright, Rifleman. Sounds like it's about to hit the fan. I'm pulling you out.
Yeah, that's so funny. In the intro, it goes through all that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He just left VR. He needs a minute to decompress. He'll be ready to go. Trust me.
Typical 90s.
Oh, we got pulled out of VR. Yeah. What's cracking? Something's going on.
They're killing us. Trying to, anyway. Good session in there. You'll get the hang of it someday. We'll make a pilot out of you yet, Rifleman. But not today. No time.
Lastimosa.
Anderson.
You son of a bitch. See you down there.
Yep. Waiting for it. Lastimosa, you son of a bitch.
Dylan!
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
See you down there, Rifleman.
Shout out to Predator 1.
Shout out to Predator. What a great film.
Get your ass out of the Simpod, Cooper. Get
Hey,
it to drop.
so funny. Okay. Now, aside from the story I just mentioned to you, Stoll, there's a big reason why I'm revisiting this and playing this through. As you know, I'm an avid Apex fan. I play Apex Legends a lot. Now, if you play Apex Legends, you'll realize, or you would have already seen, basically all the weaponry in this game is from Apex. Why, you ask?
I was going to say, I saw you with a handgun before, and I was like, that looks eerily familiar. And some of the grenades as well.
Yeah, so even the names of them. So you have played Apex with me a couple of times. You're not into it as
actually.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I think you grinded Season 1, Season 2 a little bit, and you've kind of fallen off. We tend to choose other multiplayer games. But essentially...
Definitely fallen off the rails, yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, Titanfall 3 is Apex Legends. Halfway through development, the company got cold feet in releasing another first-person shooter with a campaign, and they've seen Battle Royale as the way forward. And the money as well. So Apex Legends is set, I think it's 50 to 100 years after this. So in a way, this is the lore leading into Apex, and to why their legends have some powers, why they have that technology, why they have the same guns. Incredible. Yeah. Once again, it's what makes Apex such an amazing game, because of the lore in it. It's not just drop in and kill. Okay. So we're on our way. We got shot out of the sky. Out of space, I should say.
By the IMC.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to infiltrate them.
Do you know what year this is?
Hey. I have no idea. 5,000s? That'd be really good to look up. Should look that up in a bit. Want to get a space and
I mean, that's even if it's like a part of our universe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to be that. It might not be. It might just be a completely different universe.
Let's go. It's my objective. Get through.
So this isn't training anymore. This is a proper battle scene.
Yeah. Now, as you know, I do play a lot of Apex, so I'm probably going to be a little bit more refined than a beginner would. And I just wanted to clarify, I have played this whole campaign through about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's going to be fun to revisit. Now the cool thing is, you see all these aren't soldiers. These are robots I'm shooting.
Oh, okay.
And that's the IMC, mate. They send all their technology to do their work for them.
Yeah, it reduces the human loss at least.
Exactly. It's just the age-old story, isn't it? Just greed. Ooh, let me pick up that 201.
That seems like a little bit more responsible greed than other stories out there.
Yeah. Ooh. Hostile Titan.
Like if you look at, say, like Starship Troopers,
Yeah.
people on that are cannon fodder. They just send them in there. I think that society would probably be, you know, advanced enough to have robot armies as we see here.
Cooper, you're in bad shape. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right, it could have
Might
been.
knock you out, but you should be okay when you wake up.
Lastimosa, hostile Titans inbound. Apex Predators.
Hostile Titans and Apex Predators inbound.
Mercenaries.
Love
Stay
that.
down, Cooper. BT, let's go.
Plotline sounds similar to Avatar. It does, doesn't it? It's very similar. We like what you have, and we want it for ourselves. And if you don't cooperate willingly, we'll come and take it. And we would just...
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, like, how many planets are there involved here? Like,
The frontier
how many people
is-
do you know?
Oh, it's very vast. They don't actually
Okay,
nail down
vast.
certain planets. Yeah, the frontier is massive. Here they are, the Apex Preds. So
We have 18 hours. 18 hours until the Ark is
Apex
sealed and
Predators
ready
is
for
obviously the
delivery.
name of Titanfall 3 or their extended universe in their Battle Royale game.
Oi, Richter. Leave the
It's
corpses
very
alone,
interesting to
you
see
sick
them in this
bastard.
light.
We've got a job to do, eh? We make corpses, we don't clean them up.
I was going to say, that
Go.
guy looks like he could have been a character from Apex Legends, for sure.
Big time.
So were you just captured?
Yeah, essentially we got shot out of the sky. They presumed I was dead. Now I'm getting eaten by the wildlife and the fauna. Very Jurassic Park vibes, isn't it? The spitter in the
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah, true.
What's his name with Newman? Shout out to
I
Seinfeld.
was kind of getting those Avatar vibes though, just for a sec. Then, just because of the the environment being so different to what we know, and then on top of that, just animals as well. Fauna.
Yeah.
Is that your Titan?
Alright. Lastimosa.
Oh, right. Seen better days, poor fella.
BT, transfer authorization to new pilot. Link. Bravo Tango 7274. Trooper, take my Titan. Use my helmet and my jump kit. This is the real thing. Take care of him.
Defo Avatar. The animals look similar. Yeah. They are
Yeah,
called
very
Prowlers. They actually make an appearance in Apex Legends.
Which season?
Season 5 in World's Edge map. Yeah, they actually make an appearance as a small like kind of part of the map. You have to kill some prowlers in this. It's hard to explain. It's like a training ground, a proving ground. The more you kill, the better loot you get.
Yep.
Okay, now we're booting up.
So he's obviously just buried his mate there. What sort of a relationship did he have with that dude?
Well, it tried to build one at the start. He was the pilot, and the pilots are the elite of the elite in the frontier militia, and you're just a rifleman who was helping him calibrate, I guess, the training simulator, and you were in training to be a pilot, so now you are thrust upon. Duty calls, mate. You're the only one that lives. Got to step up to the plate. Look at these poor souls.
Yeah.
Look at this guy
you
bent
seem to be
all over.
assuming
He didn't
basically
really-
his role completely.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
should have done yoga, this boy. So, some prowlers over there. So, go to the Titan.
Power low. Insufficient power.
Insufficient power. Gotta go get a battery. Okay.
Insufficient power.
Would it be fair to assume that the IMC-based Titans are of a higher technology than...
Absolutely. Now, we were talking over it during the training simulator, but he mentions that. He says, these are not the IMC developed ones that landed first 20 years ago, these are our new models. But of course,
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, they're going to have their own technology. And better, more improved, because they created it in the first place. They're just, could you imagine this coming out, what was it, 2016 on PS4? Look at this environment. It's so lush, man. The details on it, and the mechanics, the movement mechanics of wall running. Just hip fire that thing into oblivion.
Why can you run on the wall? Is that, did you have like special boots on or something?
Yeah, that's the pilot suit. Pilot helmet collected. So there you go. There's your collectibles for the game. Yeah, that's your pilot suit. It allows. That's how pilots fight back the IMC. They use the human initiative and the intellect to defeat the robots. Jump kit status. Double jump offline. The controls are so smooth. Yeah.
Smoother than Apex?
The same. This is why Apex is such a good battle royale, because it's all built of movement and gunplay. Everyone thinks it's abilities, but it's all the movement like this. The slide, the double jump, the wall runs. Calibrating new pilot, checking angular rate sensors, all that goodness.
Small aside, this does not look like a very habitable planet. Like, I wouldn't want to be colonizing here. Building buildings with all this canyons and waterfalls and stuff. Oh mate, that seems like a logistical nightmare.
Spoken like a true City Skylines player.
Yeah, don't mind busting out the city builders, mate. I'm well into those.
Then the militia are going to have a very bad day.
I should have just punched him off the edge.
I was going to say, did you just catch up to your mates?
Keep the
Obviously not, these are enemy.
Yep. Hemlock. Let's go. Big old Hemlock. A little bit of burst fire. I'm going to know a lot about these weapons because I play Apex so much. And by play Apex so much, it's every day.
I'm also just thinking in terms of like just agriculture. I mean, you want to be able to feed your population. I'm thinking about, you know, from a perspective of I'm a colonist and I'm going to set up a colony on a planet somewhere else, and you want the environment to be obviously hospitable. And this place does not look hospitable at all.
Am I going to die here? Oh my god. Wouldn't be me. So a really interesting part of this whole lore, or this whole game, I think, is when it released. And that's why not too many people have played it. Now, in 2016, let's sneak up on this guy. Put our cloak on. Nice, just alert everyone else I'm here. It had a very weird release window. Now, these release windows are so foreign to us now because of COVID. But generally September is a big time for releasing in games. New games, new shooters. Didn't even see the Smogger coming. Yeah, shout out to the other stream. Turbo, yeah, the Final 7 stream. Smoggers do get the best of me.
Smogger, yeah.
Fucking Smoggers.
I was wondering, like, what was he talking about? Smogger? Okay, yeah, gotcha. From the other stream.
These guys, right, so this is an EA developed game. Now, there's another game that you and me used to play, Stoll, Battlefield.
Big on scene, mate. That was the best map.
Yep. PS3, we grinded hours of Battlefield. Now, what happened was in September, usually Battlefield and another popular first-person shooter really vie for the top spot or the sales. And that is Call of Duty. So what they did is they go, Battlefield were like, we're going to release a week early to get some, I guess, a head up on Call of Duty before it releases. And because they totally just didn't expect this game to do well or to be the type of game it was, they released this a week after. Like, sort of dooming it. They didn't put as much marketing as other games they had in. And essentially it had to be shoehorned in between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And hence, no one bought it.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, those two titles, that's...
You're not going to pay upwards of 120 quid, 120 pounds, you know, and then spend another 60 on another first-person shooter you know nothing about, especially if you were on PS4, you know. Now, the only reason why I played this is because during the time when you and me bought Battlefield, they launched it as a bundle. you get both for a good, respectable price of £80. And so I happily obliged, and I'm so happy I did, because I found probably one of my most favorite games of all time in this.
Yeah, putting it between those two titles is like, I don't know, putting a B grade, well, I don't want to say B grade, because I can't judge this game yet, but let's just say you've got like Jurassic Park releasing.
Exactly
and,
that, yeah.
I don't know, Lord of the Rings on the same weekend.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're vying for.
So,
oh my god, see this one.
Massive titles like that, you're just not gonna be able to get the same reach as you would.
Yep, look at these poor boys having a tough time with the local fauna.
That looks like a lovely little pool down there, mate. Just go for a dip.
Can. There's someone shooting me from over here. Disappointing though, this has so much more depth than COD or Battlefield, and that's the point, Jack. The team that makes this game, like the story and the lore that they've put into both Apex Legends after this, and even the first multiplayer game. I think I've got to maybe change weapons here. Got a bit of quick scoping to do.
Is that like a precursor to one of those chests that you see in Apex?
Everything. That's a very good point, and that is everything is a precursor to what you see in Apex. They've reused a lot of the assets and obviously updated them.
Like on the ship when you were falling down as well, it had like the same red doors on it as well.
Yep.
So that looked like something very familiar out of Apex.
You will see. Hello. You will see buildings, infrastructure identical to Apex, and it's because it's the same universe. It wants you to feel like this is the lore, and this is where you're set, and this is where Apex is set. These robot things.
So you're fighting IMC robots and
soldiers
at the same time.
Yep, and there's a couple of human soldiers thrown in for good mix every now and then. Yep. I'll usually I breeze through this, but I'm just obviously taking it slow, having a little chat with yourself, speaking along with Turbo as well. And that's the coolest stuff. Doing that. Yep. Yeah, you have the Mirage ability. You find out where the teleport ability comes from. Oh no! Oh my god, I almost fell. Thought I had my shotgun out. There's another one here. Okay, so...
Oh, metal structures here.
Yep.
Is this a spaceship or a crash ship?
This is a crash ship. Exactly that. Your crash ship, to be more exact. Acquire the Titan battery. So that was our whole objective, get some power source for our big old friend. When was Titanfall 2 set? I'm really curious about that. That's such a good question. I would love to know whether this is like 3000 AD or something like that.
Yeah, obviously if it does play in the same universe as ours. Because I don't mind like things not even being based in our reality.
Yeah.
You know, if it just, you know, these societies developed by themselves or whatever and came across technology and it's just a completely different society than ours. You know, they didn't start on Earth. I think that's cool too. It doesn't have to have started on Earth.
How good's not making the double jump? Let's go. Get up a bit higher. Yeah, I agree. Ooh.
A Vanguard class Titan. These things are rare.
It looks like that palm tree I had in my backyard.
Yeah, a lot of this does look like Australia. Look at him looking around my Titan. Just throw the old cloak.
Just pumped off of his head. Alright.
Yep, shotgun. Here he is, BT. Around the right here. Go on. Have an e-cig, mate.
Power at 2/3. Data core reinitialized.
Like a normal human is no match for one of these things, right?
Adjusting focus.
A pilot is though.
Pilot.
Which is yeah, I think so. Did you call me pilot? Yep.
I think so. Wait, did you just call me pilot?
Yes. The late Captain Lastimosa gave you the provisional rank of acting pilot. Congratulations on your promotion. You may call me BT.
Okay. I don't feel like he earned it though.
No.
The third battery will accelerate the process. I will remain here.
My third battery. So we got one there. No, not viable. Not viable. That one. There we go. So, and thus you see the story that all good stories are rooted in.
I feel like
friendship, mate.
I feel like he was just gifted that.
Yep.
That what do you call that?
Status.
Yeah, that new rank.
Yep, rank is such a good way to put it.
He didn't do anything to earn it. He was just there. He survived. That was it. It's like, you know, in Starship Troopers, where Rico gets control of, you know, it becomes Rico's Roughnecks, whereas before it was the teacher, you know, with the robotic arm.
Yeah.
Shadow robotic arm.
Dude, shout out Starship Troopers. What's this? Which one? Up or down, Stole? Don't worry, BT, I'm not going anywhere. Don't think I'm that stupid.
Up.
Ooh, I just missed it. Sorry, BT, did not respond. Oh, this is an easy one.
What happens if you don't respond to your...
No voice cue. Look at this guy, no idea.
But you're not in the robot right now.
Nope, I'm trying to go get him another battery.
Ah, okay, he doesn't have enough batteries.
Pilot,
yeah.
My mapping systems have been restored. The
mapping
ambush
system's
of the
been
Night
restored.
Militia
Nice.
fleet has landed us far off course from our original destination. We are located in hostile territory. Be careful, we cannot stay here long.
I'm surprised that your one little man here is able to take down so many...
We have no other options.
So many grunts.
We will have to improvise and
Grunts.
adapt if we wish
That's
to
what they feel
survive.
like, man. They're very easy. How long do you think we serve? How long?
Did you serve with Lastimosa?
Captain Lastimosa linked with me 973 days
yeah.
ago.
How long?
Jesus. It's longer than
Did you
any
fall
relation-
again?
Yeah, I
Longer
did.
than any relationship I've had.
Noted.
Burnt my double jump. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? How are you, mate? I'm good.
Hey, Brandon, welcome back aboard. Obviously a different setting here, but trying something else out.
Didn't really want him to see me. Is this my first playthrough? No, I played this through about, well, originally when it first released in 2016, so a long time ago. But this is Stoll's first look at Titanfall. As you've heard on previous streams, myself and Stoll are very big sci-fi fans, and I really wanted him to see the story of this. I'm getting murked here. I might need a quick scope. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I really wanted him to experience this campaign, because it's, in my opinion, one of the most underrated story modes of any game, really. The fact that it's wrapped up in a first-person shooter doesn't give it its due. Look at this thing over here. What's that? Okay.
Yeah. So the roles are reversed a little bit here this time. I'm the newbie to this game, so to say.
Look at this poor soul. Just doesn't know I'm here. Hello. Just quick scope. Love that. Oh my god.
Pilot, your suit has an emergency cloaking ability. This can
Someone
help you
sneak up on you.
survive dangerous
Yeah.
situations.
I didn't hear the footsteps. He's wearing slippers. So yeah, BT's basically saying we need to get the hell out of Dodge. This is a hostile area for us, but also a hostile planet. Turbo Shack. Can't believe you picked this up for £4. You picked this up for £4 on Steam? Oh my god, that is the bargain of the century. I know it's £4 on PlayStation Store right now, which is insane. It actually still, it's got a very viable multiplayer to it, and it actually still, the servers still run, and the queue times are next to nothing to play. Like, the fan following of this game is insane.
What's a multiplayer session like?
Your traditional first-person shooter. Like, I can't really put anything more, like deathmatch, capture the flag, that type of thing.
Yeah, but you know in Apex there's like, you know, you're a team of 3.
Yeah, so Apex is
like
really unique because of the Battle Royale system in it, right? Like the drop-in loot,
Yeah.
where this is, you know, die, respawn, die, respawn. Very Call of Duty.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. More like Battlefield 3, yeah.
Exactly. That thing needs to go down. And Brendan, you said, is this recommended? If it's sitting in dust, I 100% recommend this. It's actually going to be quite a very quick and easy playthrough for any kind of gamer. Like, we're not talking intricate battle system here like Final 7 Materia. It's just run and gun with an excellent storyline on top of it. Okay, we're in the bottom end of our ship that crash landed now. Let's look for this second battery. BT, who's that voice? Anyone alive on this ship?
Anyone alive?
Oh, rough. Missed it. I was waiting for your
slow.
cue. Too slow. I gotta play Claw just to make sure I get those calls. The IMC thrives on casual indifference on others. So that voice is spitting some pretty heavy propaganda, if you will. Well, it's rallying the militia. Come on.
Uh-huh, right. Gotcha.
It's the ship, the recording, trying to, you know, inspire the troops.
So where do you stand on that moral argument, Anne?
And that's the big thing I wanted to ask you. Like, obviously I don't agree with the IMC just coming across the whole of the galaxy and being like, we own this place now. But do they have a right to say that? Well, you're using our technology.
I feel like I don't know how they've gone about this. Like, I don't know if there are any diplomatic missions set up and that they actually talked about this before just invading. But if that is their game, to just invade and take, then clearly, yeah, that's never going to work. That's never going to go down with the local population. And if there was a different way of going about it, like I think they probably do have a bit of a right to something, but that's obviously something you can talk about. I wouldn't say that they just own everything now. That's gone a bit too far.
Exactly.
Yeah, but to sit down and have a talk about, well, okay, maybe there would be some sort of compensation that this corporation could get. What's the name of the corporation again?
IMC. Or Hammond Robotics.
Hammond Robotics, that's it. Yeah.
These robots, God, they're annoying. And I guess the whole point of the game is what makes it so good. Random. Oh no! Got stuck up on when I was reading the comment. I'm really afraid of playing first-person shooters, man. I've only played 3 games in my life, which is Resistance, Doom. And I missed the last one. Star Wars. Battlefront 2. Don't be afraid of this. It's very easy to play and it's very user-friendly in terms of a playthrough and a game. Like right now, this first mission, it's just teaching us the mechanics of the game. And dare I say, the mechanics of this game are easier than any of the ones you've mentioned. Here he is, BT. Please embark. The moment we've been waiting for.
Also, if you are... Sorry, I forgot the name of the corporation again. If you're them, invading and destroying the civilization here is not the most economical way of, you know, going about it. Because if you destroy them, then they're not producing anymore, and they're not producing any value. So
exactly.
Yeah, you're best trying to come to a negotiation there rather than just invade and destroy the any profits you might have made from them anyway.
Yeah.
Uphold the mission. Our orders are to resume Special Operation 217. Rendezvous with Major Anderson of the SRS.
There was a bit of
I'm detecting incoming enemy forces.
mutiny involved in the first one.
Protect the
Yeah,
Reinitializing critical
Ooh, here we go.
Vortex shield online.
Hold L1, capture incoming projectiles.
And missiles. Release
Shoot that back.
Launch any captured objects back at the enemy.
Shoot. Yeah. So you see grunts, soldiers, no match for a Titan.
Yeah.
Aside from if you're a pilot and You know, pilots can take down Titans by themselves with their training.
This shoulder-mounted rocket pod will lock onto multiple enemy targets.
Do they have any special armor? How do they do that?
Just with their movement, their boots, their boosters. Yep. Bring on all the mech warrior, armored core. Bring on all the Tekkaman blade. Bring on all those vibes.
So can you upgrade BT?
Yes.
Neuralink complete. Primary weapon control.
Neuralink.
That was the cool thing about Armored Core. I don't know if anybody's ever played that. Shout out to Armored Core. The coolest thing about that game was you had your massive robot and you could upgrade him. So like if you had a rocket launcher on your shoulder, you could exchange that out for a bigger and better rocket launcher, or rocket boosters in his legs to make him be able to fly further or run faster, all that sort of thing. That was such a that game was way ahead of its time for sure.
Here we go, enemy Titan.
Militia Titan spotted, chassis number
Ooh,
BT-7274.
here we go.
Yep, this is the nuts and bolts, mate. This is the gravy.
Apples and oranges. I mean,
Armored Core is
no.
legendary. A week ago I downloaded CSGO and got decimated. God, good tier 10-year-olds nowadays are scary. Yeah, I get murked all the time in Apex in any multiplayer shooter, Brandon. Sure.
Our only chance of survival is to uphold our mission of rendezvous with Major.
That's life though.
That's basically the reason why I didn't get stuck into Apex, is because I just found myself dying all the time. I just can't keep up with these young lads. They're just much more sharper than I am when it comes to first-person shooters.
Absolutely.